In the country, the IMF has approved $4.3 billion to help South Africa fight the effects of the coronavirus pandemic. But that loan doesn't mean the country's economy is out of the woods just yet. It's still projected to contract by about 7.2% this year. Here's Angelo Coppola with more.
South Africa has the highest reported number of COVID-19 cases on the continent, despite enforcing draconian lockdown procedures to reduce the spread, and which almost stopped all economic activity. But the economic downturn was already evident before the pandemic struck.
It's not 500 that we're looking for. It's about 100 in new money to fill the existing deficit. And it's going to look after the extension of the child social welfare grant and the unemployment benefit that was announced at the beginning of lockdown.
Concerns have already been raised about how the loan is spent and the need for transparency.
It's all good and well to say, here's 70, it's coming to fund something. But if it allows you to spend money on something else also, or if it pulls money from one pocket and pushes to another, so that needs to be drawn into the conversation.
In the government letter to the IMF, there's talk about a debt ceiling being introduced, something that the main opposition party has tabled in Parliament already.
The beauty of a legislated debt ceiling is that it removes the choice from the government. They have to abide by the law and stick to the debt ceiling. They cannot exceed it. And if they want to, they have to specifically bring a motion to Parliament to ask for parliamentary permission to exceed the debt ceiling. And they have to do that each time they want to do it.
Analysts say that the loan should be used to deal with pressing short and medium-term issues.
The overarching idea must also be that, it's no use saving lives in the short term only to have them lost to famine and poverty in the long term. That is where the SME component becomes so vital. You must make sure that you save livelihoods in the medium and longer term, thereby the SME support, but also lives in the short term, thereby the funding for healthcare vouchers, emergency healthcare vouchers as put forward by the IRR, but of course also social support.
Commentators are concerned as reports begin to emerge about alleged fraud by people accessing social grants and possible state corruption in buying personal protective equipment.
The Minister, in his upcoming budget speeches, he must give feedback on how these funds were used, how it was allocated to which departments, and we would like him to be transparent in the manner in which he does this, because we really can't afford, we don't have the luxury to carry on mismanaging funds.
While the IMF loan is a fait accompli, it's still unclear how government is going to fund that deficit come the next budget. I'm Angelo Coppola for CGTN in Johannesburg, South Africa.